They say Whisper Hill Asylum was shut down in 1963. The government called it unsanitary. Locals called it cursed. But no one dared tear it down. Because the asylum remembers. And sometimes it calls people back. Evan was a freelance photographer. Hello everyone, welcome to Dark Corner. Hope you're doing great. Don't forget to subscribe for more haunted stories. Urban exploration, abandoned buildings, empty schools, ruined churches. But asylum ruins? That was gold. Dangerous. Off limits. Exactly the kind of place that made videos go viral. So when he found the gate to Whisper Hill unlocked, he didn't question it. He should have. The place was a skeleton. Vines crept through shattered windows. Wheelchairs sat frozen in corners. Graffiti covered rusted doors. Yet somehow, it felt preserved. Too preserved. He set up his tripod in the main lobby. Snapped his first photo. The screen glitched. A silhouette. Just for a moment. He thought it was dust. But dust doesn't move. He entered the east wing first. The hydrotherapy ward, according to the peeling sign. Inside, rusted tubs, restraints, cracked tiles. He shivered. Then he heard it. A splash. From the last tub. He stepped closer. The tub was filled with black water. And then, something rose. Not a person. Not quite. A face. Pale. Bloated. Eyes wide open. Smiling. He stumbled back. And when he looked again, the tub was empty. He should have left Whisper Hill, the asylum that remembers. But he didn't. Because he wasn't just recording the asylum. The asylum was recording him. The West Wing had solitary cells. Thick doors. No windows. He peeked into one and found scratch marks all over the walls. Dozens. Hundreds. Clawed into the concrete. And a message. We never left. In the next room, he saw something strange. A bed made. Neatly. Fresh sheets. A name tag still on the frame. Drivey, Winstead. And beside the bed, a mirror. Not dusty. Not broken. Clean. Too clean. When Evan looked into it, he didn't see himself. He saw a man in a white coat. Writing notes. Then looking up. Looking at him. And mouthing the words. You're back. He ran. Back down the hallway. Back toward the lobby. But the layout was different. The hallways had twisted. Changed. Now doors lined the walls that hadn't been there before. Every one of them labeled. Patient 209. Patient 342. Patient 013. One of them had his name on it. Patient 512, Evan Halbridge. He opened it. Inside, a bed. A chair. And hundreds of photos. His photos. The ones he'd taken over the years. Except they were wrong. Blurred. Twisted. Faces he'd never seen. Eyes watching him from shadows. And in the center of the room, a medical file. Subject returned to facility. Symptoms: delusion, hallucination, obsession with entry/exit. Containment advised. Then the lights flickered. The door slammed shut. And the voice came. Not loud. Not angry. Just whispering. Soft. Calm. Overlapping voices. Thousands of them. Stay. 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 He screamed. Pounded on the door. But the room just stretched. The walls moved. Bent. Breathing. Suddenly silence. Then, a knock. He turned. A nurse stood behind him. No pupils. Her smile too wide. She held out a clipboard. Sign to confirm your stay. He refused. She tilted her head. And then, the walls closed. He woke in a bed. Strapped down. Monitors beeping. Bright lights above him. Doctors stood in a circle. They didn't look human. Faces blurred. Limbs too long. Hands twitching. They whispered to each other. Then one leaned down. His voice was clear. "Welcome back, Evan. We missed you." Evan screamed. But no sound came out. Just static. The nurse inserted a needle. He tried to pull away. Tried to fight. But his limbs didn't move. His body wasn't listening anymore. Then came the screen. Lowered from the ceiling. Playing back footage. His own footage. But it wasn't what he'd filmed. It was him. Screaming. Pleading. Over and over. And behind him, the patients. Hundreds of them. Watching. Smiling. Waiting. And then, he blinked. He was back in the hallway. Camera in hand. Had he dreamt it? Was it a hallucination? He laughed. Relieved. Until he looked through the camera. And saw himself. Already inside the room again. Still strapped down. Still screaming. And the reflection turned to look at him. And smiled. Now he walks the halls. Not Evan anymore. But a shadow of him. A memory. A patient. Part of the asylum. And if you ever enter Whisper Hill, you might meet him. You might even hear him say, "I'm just here for the photos. But don't look through your camera. And never check the mirror. Because the asylum remembers you. Even if you've never been there."